Greetings, YouTube. This is going to be another rough one with the discussions of sexual abuse of people that have been hospitalized. So again, if you're not in the place for this, go watch one of my other vids. So there's a nurse working in a hospital. What was the name of that hospital? Give me a sense. St. Mary's Hospital, and he worked there from 2012 to 2022. I am going to link to the article. I'm not saying this guy's name. He doesn't friggin' deserve a name. And apparently, over the course of his career there in that 10-year span, he would enter the rooms of intensive care unit victims, and he would increase their sedation, and then he would sexually assault these women. And there's the potential that there are thousands of victims. Now, this isn't supposition. This isn't a rumor. This isn't he said, she said. Because the police have confiscated 4 terabytes. That's with a T. 4 terabytes of data from his phone and other electronic devices of pictures and video of him sexually assaulting sedated women. Do you have an idea how much data that is? That would be the equivalent of 700,000 photos or 65,000 hours of video. He's currently being held on $1 million bail. And since there is no way he can argue about this evidence, I don't imagine he'll plead not guilty. I don't think they're going to offer many deals because why bother? I mean, he's going to go to prison. The closest they're going to get is they're going to say, don't victimize these folks anymore. Just go to prison. And he's never getting out. And if any of these victims are minors, it's going to get worse for them. But that's potentially thousands of victims. Tens, hundreds of thousands of photos, thousands of hours of video. I'm stupefied by the degree of negligence on behalf of that hospital, but actually not surprised, seeing as they constantly understaff their hospitals. Because remember, you got to make a buck, right? So the staffs are always skeleton crews, particularly at night. So it's not hard for me to believe at all that someone had as much time alone with intensive care unit victims as he wanted, with no one around to catch him. And if there ever were any members of that staff that questioned him or actually knew something was going on and you didn't do anything, I hope they come after you. I hope they charge you and arrest you. And I hope you go to prison. I know that this rapist is going to go to prison. That's not a question, if he doesn't suicide before then. And I don't imagine his lifespan in prison is going to be all that long. But if anybody out there knew what was going on and did nothing, I hope they send you to prison too. Because that is the only thing you deserve. Now, I was never in a situation like this. I cannot make that connection on that level. But I do have some experience with the idea that someone knew something was going on and they didn't do anything. See, I was a survivor of domestic abuse at the hands of my father. It wasn't sexual, thankfully, but it was still domestic abuse. Ongoing, continuous, for 14 years of my life. On the good days, it was just verbal and emotional. And as an adult, I discovered that there was a teacher that had known something was going on. And she did nothing. And when she told me that, I stood there and I just kind of looked at her. And luckily for her, at that moment of my life, I was lost to anxiety, depression, and PTSD. So essentially, I just froze because I'm afraid if someone were to reveal that to me today, I don't care if they were men or women, I would just lay their ass out on the ground right there and then and be damned with the consequences. Because how dare you not say something to save a child? And how dare someone not help these victims in this hospital? Because I'm having a real hard time believing that he didn't have any hints that something was going on. So this is going to go a lot deeper, I think. It's going to get a lot uglier. And that's saying something. But yeah, I hope they sue the living shit out of this hospital. I hope they close the fucking thing down. Or at least fire the entire board of directors and get some new ones. And I hope this nurse enjoys every single day he's got left. Because I get the feeling there's going to be precious few.